Hi there, Miss B. Hanley, and today we're going to talk about close reading. In an earlier video, I talked about the critical reading process. In this process, there were 3 steps: before you read, while you're reading, and after you read, or a pre-read, the read, and a post-read. When it comes to close reading a text, however, this is the act of reading a text multiple times in order to get a deeper meaning each time you read it. So in close reading, you actually read something 3 different times. In order to read something effectively and confidently, you still want to use the critical reading process.
It works like this. You use the close reading process during the critical reading process. You still do an initial pre-read and a post-read after, but during the reading phase, you can read something multiple times and look at the work differently each time.
In your first reading of a text, you'll want to look at the basic elements and structure of the text, how it's set up, how many pages there are, how many chapters. Additionally, comprehending what actually is happening in the text, the basic summary of what's going on. You might look at plot, characters if you're reading a novel or a work of fiction. You might look at imagery or lines if you're looking at a poem. You'll want to look at the premise or argument that's being presented if you're reading a nonfiction text. In the second time you read the text, this is where you'll want to go a bit deeper. You might look more at the literary elements that are involved in this text, like figurative language. You might also look at symbols and theme. In this second read, especially if you're reading a nonfiction text, you might consider the tone or the attitude of the author, as well as the style. What is the author trying to get the readers to understand? Is there a deeper lesson that the author is trying to give? In the third read, this is where you will really look at the deeper structural elements of what you're reading. You'll analyze, you'll begin to ask questions, and maybe put forth your own opinions about what's going on in the text. You'll look at the development of the themes over time, as well as the characters and the conflict. How does the conflict change from the beginning to the end? And why? Why do characters change? Additionally, in this third read, you'll want to pick up on certain things like malicious reasoning, irony, surprise, and suspense. In order to close read confidently, you will want to read something 3 times. You'll be looking for different things each time you read. The best way to practice close reading is usually by annotating and using different colors for each time that you read a text when you annotate. I talk more about how to annotate confidently in another video. I hope this helped you better understand how to close read confidently. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you in class.